जय विष्णु पाद परस्पराचार्य श्लोत्तर से मुझे सभे चरणारविंद भगवान स्वामी जय प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णु पाद परस्पराचार्य श्लोत्तर से वेंकटेश भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद अनंत पुट वैष्णव all glories to Samudra, all glories to Samudra, all glories, all glories, all glories, Shiv and Shiva Ramakrishna Prabhupada की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदी गौर भक्त वृंदा नमः ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादि पश्चाद्यधीशतारण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदी गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोन्दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Very introduction. 10 to 3 chapter text number 25. आदिपनं स्वगात्राणाम् आदिपनं स्वगात्राणाम् वेष्टयित्वोल्मुखादिभिः वेष्टयित्वोल्मुखादिभिः आत्ममांसादनं क्वापि आत्ममांसादनं क्वापि स्वकृतं परतोऽपि वा स्वकृतं परतोऽपि वा आदीपनं स्वगात्राणाम् आदीपनं स्वगात्राणाम् वेष्टयित्वोल्मुखादिभिः आत्ममांसादनं क्वापि स्वकृतं परतोऽपि वा आदिपनं स्वगात्राणाम् वेष्टयित्वोल्मुखादिभिः आत्ममांसादनं क्वापि स्वकृतं परतोऽपि वा Adipanam, setting on fire, Swagatranam, of his own limbs, Veshtayitva, having been surrounded, Ulmukadibihi, by pieces of burning wood, and so on. Atma Mamsa, of his own flesh, Adanam, eating, Kwapi, sometimes, Swakritam, done by himself, Parataha, by others, Api, else, Va, or, translation. Is placed in the midst of burning piece of wood, and his limbs are set on fire. In some cases, he is made to eat his own flesh, or have it eaten by others. From purport, from this verse through the next 3 verses, the description of punishment will be narrated. The first description is that the criminal has to eat his own flesh, burning with fire, or allow others like himself who are present there to eat. In the last Great War, people in concentration camps sometimes ate their own stool. So there is no wonder that in the Yamasadana, the abode of Yamaraj, one who had a very enjoyable life eating others' flesh has to eat his own flesh. Actually, first of all, I neither have any qualification nor do I have any realization. I seek the blessings of all of you. Next 3 verses, they are on the similar lines actually. Trust me, anything that is too difficult to accept, 2 things we do. First, we don't believe. Second, it will not happen to me. Third, we forget. We gave our contract to one architect. He said one nice point. We all have a convenient Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's disease. He said that. First time I heard it from him. Means, Yugal Kishoreji, you remember only what you want to remember. What loan you gave to somebody, you remember. What you don't remember what loan you have taken from others. So without your knowledge, your people are coming and they're spending a lot of time. So they have exhausted all the money you put it. You are thinking there's a lot of money there. No, it's not there. So, and your people don't understand this. So he gave me little left and right. So anyway, the point is, when we go through 3 things for sure. First thing, I can't believe. Second thing, and it definitely will not happen to me. Third thing, we don't meditate on that. There is one bird called Ushtrapakshi, ostrich. An ostrich cannot run away from tiger. Ostrich burns the head in the sand, thinking I am safe now. The tiger comes coolly and eats it. So I just want to speak only 1 minute on this. When we go to, actually, there are 27 hellish planets. Kumipaka, Asipatravana, Raurava, Maharaurava. Actually, they're very scary. Like, there's Asipatravana, person is taken on the top of the tree and he was pulled down and his body is shredded into pieces, but he doesn't die. He or she. Kumipaka, they're the living end is fried like a pakoda in the oil, but he doesn't die. Then one day I said, why that doesn't die? Like, many of you, your people who do not know how to swim, they are given a swimsuit to float. Likewise, when people go to this hellish regions, Yamaraj gives them a body called Yatana Sarira. What is it called? Yatana Sarira. Hey, you wear this. Where you will go through the punishment you cannot even imagine the dream to go through, but you don't die. So that's why even the body shredded into pieces because of the thorns, like they're like razor sharp edges. The person doesn't die. So, so what is that? That's what I want to speak on that, not beyond that. So, but very important thing is devotees. I was actually reading. I was reading sixth canto yesterday. I said, this is too much. What is this? Frying and you're eating your own flesh. It's too much. And that the other side, I don't know where I wrote it. So, and I don't know where I wrote actually what I want to write. Very interesting. Didn't realize I put so many places. So, this is because of only one thing. Our desire to enjoy independent of Krishna is so high. Urjan Prabhu says in the chanting book, actually why we have problem controlling the mind? Mind is external. Internally it is ego. It's a first covering. The covering of the false ego, for covering of the living entity. The moment we perceive a tiny scraping of the layer of this false ego, we become defensive. Anything we claim as little property, another person comes and speaks, not do that. It's true with the preacher, it is true with the family, with anybody. Where this is mine. You cannot claim this. As an experience. When somebody is, it's a so-called deemed boyfriend or girlfriend, when a person is speaking, the person becomes very defensive. the person becomes very defensive. When parents see their children, somebody else is speaking to their children, a person of questionable character is speaking to children, they become very defensive. A preacher sees somebody speaking to their so-called people, and these people say, "Hey, where did you go? Why you didn't come to program yesterday?" Prabhuji, I went to their program. It is like girlfriend is telling the boyfriend, "You're important." That's why I went to that. That much pain preacher feels. You know? So it's a false ego actually. That is the root cause of all these things. So false ego is protecting our identity. Hey, you're Prabhu, you're an engineer, you're a doctor, you're a man, you're a woman, you. To the extent it will go up to, even if you're a monk, even if you're a monk, it will be there. You're a Prabhu, you're a brahmachari. You know, this what is that? This, they don't wear clothes. Which Babas? Naga Babas. They don't wear clothes. You know, they can levitate in the ground. From they can levitate. They can, they can float in the, in the air. But they say Shiva is a male. Be a Naga Baba. Be a male. Hey, means you never read Bhagavad Gita. Shiva is Prakriti. Shiva can never be Purusha. To that extent it goes. Be a Naga Baba. They don't wear clothes. They hardly eat. And a full control of the mind. Then they levitate like this. If you levitate, by next year you'll become a billionaire actually in America. Trust me. At least multi-millionaire. You'll have so many followers. But you'll not go back to God. You'll not go anywhere. If you're not careful, if you take all the karma of your so-called followers, you'll end up in this situation. So, what is this ego? You know, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the third verse is a great way to a great way, which I could not apply in my life. Sometimes I try once a year on Nityananda Prabhu's day, appearance day, because I don't speak. Then, chant all the day. Then you say, because it's not easy to attack that. It is not easy to attack that. Then what is the end result? Take birth after birth after birth after birth. You know the power of ego? I want to go through the suffering of birth after birth after birth. I don't want to give it up. Wow, 3 times Haribol to false ego, everyone. Haribol, 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 Haribol. Hey, if you want, I will go through the old age, so much suffering. I'll go through disease and death. But ये छोड़ूंगा नहीं मैं. I'm serious. I'm talking about myself. What is this power? What is the power of this? Even you do sadhana. I am doing this sadhana. Of course, Krishna's grace is there. But I am the doer of sadhana. Ahankara, Atma kartaham iti manyate. How difficult it is to become free from that. That's why we're unable to focus on the holy name. So internally it is ego, externally it is a mind. And then we attend the seminars on the holy name. So many techniques. With the techniques also, I am the doer. But the day we realize, real progress anybody makes is based on only one quality I couldn't do. If you can do it, you'll make progress. Humility. That's it. How much humble you are. Rest all arranged by Krishna only. You do something great, Krishna says, hey, you have a desire, I sanctioned it. I sanctioned it, my material nature provided it. What is your role? You strongly desired. So, but I didn't do it. We facilitated it. Then what is my role in this entire whole thing? What is my credit? If at all you want to take credit, that you have pleased Krishna. Humility. Then only you will go to the fourth verse. Otherwise, even if we are giving it up, dhanam, janam, Radha Gopinath Prabhu made a nice statement. Some people remain pure because they didn't get opportunity to fall down. They remain pure because they didn't get the opportunity. That's it. They always meditate, oh, mila nahi. When brahmachari says they need more training when they come to the temple, when they join full time. When somebody fails in the material life and they join full time, they need a higher training. Temple is not there because for all the people who are failures. I don't fit anywhere else, that's why I'm here. No. This is the highest thing. I was telling, Uddhava was the dearmost person of Krishna in Dwaraka, but when he came to Vrindavan, he wanted to become the blade of grass that gopis would step on it. Means he declared, of course, he declared war on false ego and war on envy long ago. Otherwise, he would not have become the associate of Krishna. That's why when he saw something better, something wonderful, he said, Asamaho Charanarena Jusham Aham Syam Vrindavanepik Gulmalataushadinam. If you remove Uddhava and put us in that place, how can they exhibit that type of great consciousness? I'll also do 24 rounds extra and I'll become like them. And you go, hey, what books you read? How many rounds you do? What time you get up? I'll get up 15 minutes before. That before book I'll read. We don't appreciate that state of consciousness. Rather, we try to imitate to reach them. Means the progress is difficult. Actually, I really appreciate Uddhava like anything. Wow, amazing, sir. You want to really become a blade of grass. You don't want to compete with them at all. Competition means envy. Envy means material world. Material world means cycle of birth and death. Birth and death means we are not careful. We are getting ready to getting ready to reach a state where we are willing to eat our own flesh. I'm honest with you, you'll forget the translation. I'm sure you already forgot. If this is not there on the screen, it will not happen to me. The more you're successful in the material world, the more difficult it is to progress. Because minute to minute, your consciousness will tell you, my name is prefixed with doctor, my name is prefixed with engineer, my name is prefixed with this. And you say, yes. Your mind is there. Mind is another nonsense. These are all inner, thinner layers. And sometimes you listen to this lecture, and intelligence says, oh, listen, that's right. Oh, yeah. As soon as the lecture is over, right? Now you listen to me. Your name is prefixed with this. Of course, what do you mean? So, Christmas is coming one day. I just want one line. Jesus Christ went to Peter and washed his feet. This is his disciple. And he took his chadar and he wiped his feet. Peter said, why are you doing this to me? Jesus said, do to others what I have done unto you. Do to others what I have done unto you. Peter was actually very, very, very surrendered. Then, see the power. I mean, I'm telling you, I have no idea, I'm not read, so probably not studied his character. You cannot do this to us. You're so exalted, you're a spiritual master. Jesus said, still tomorrow before the rooster crows and makes noise, you will reject me 3 times. You will reject me 3 times. Is the person who got the maximum justice from Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ washed his feet. I'm sure, trust me, none of our gurus will come and wash our feet. And what is Jesus telling? No, no, how can you do this to me? My life is for you. Jesus said, before tomorrow, before the early dawn, you will reject me 3 times. I don't want to change the topic, but I want to go a little further. Actually, that's my topic today. That's not my topic today. And anyway, Jesus was arrested. They were taking all the soldiers. Anybody connected to Jesus, arrest them. And the Roman soldier said, hey, this is Jesus' follower. Waiter said, I'm not. Because, hey, they'll put a crown of thorns and they'll put a crucifix and he's seeing that difficult. Then, but there is a concern what they will do to him. So they were taking, suddenly one Roman soldier, hey, this is a follower of Jesus Christ, arrest him. He said, I'm not. Finally, they take him, they were climbing the mountain. Hey, this is I know, I have seen him many times, he's the follower of Jesus Christ. He said, I am not. Then, Kokoroko, then he cries, my guru said this. And I told him I'll not cheat him, but what he said happened. But in this everything, one person. This is Jesus Christ follower? Yes, I am Jesus Christ follower. Mary Magdalene, she prostitute. And one day, those days, the sin, if you're caught red-handed, you'll be stoned to death. So everyone was ready to, they started pelting stones. Jesus Christ stood and said, look, did you ever sin? Didn't you ever sin even once? What right do you have to stone her? Because she was in the more than death is somebody's putting you on the road and they labeled you as a prostitute and they're trying to kill you. And that time he saved her. Gratitude. Are you the follower of Jesus Christ? I am the follower. You want to arrest me? Arrest me. So many churches next to Jesus Christ, whatever picture, you see Mary Magdalene picture actually, because of that surrender. That person can declare war and ego, they become great. Otherwise, Srila Prabhupada is telling this person from this Bhattacharya, Prabhupada, you're installing all the murtis. You don't know you'll get the karma? Prabhupada said, that's what I have come to this world for. Mahapurna said, I reject you, Ramanuja. The first instruction of Guru, you have violated, you will go to hell. Guru Maharaj, I have no problem. If I go to hell, but all the people go back to Vaikuntha, what else I want to do? Personality means a person is beyond bodily consciousness. Do this type of things. Or if you have love for that other person, even if you're in bodily consciousness, can do that. That way you can transcend ego. Then Krishna comes into the picture. Without Krishna's intervention, we can never on our own make it. I really wondered how these Mayavadis sincerely try. It's so sad, actually. You know. So, at the time of death, No faculty works. But one faculty is very conscious. Externally it is ears, internally it is mind. That's why meditation. Because that's why your internal, what is his name? The famous Shakespeare. He calls it mind's eye, manonetram. That is open. Because mind is active. That's why you see Amaraj, you see everything. That internal, like expressway is closed, but internal subway is open. There, that's why everyone has to meditate. Your success is a meditation. Even if you meditate one time on the Lord's feet of Krishna, you're protected. How do I know when my chanting is good or not? Then Shravanam and meditation to happen, two more things to happen. Shravanam and Kirtanam. When Shravanam and Kirtanam are very good, then only we'll go to Smaranam. It's very important. For Smaranam to happen, first two things should be good. A person who is not very attentive, one type of hearing is here and should go on, forget. Another type of hearing is you hear with an intent to change. Saraswati Thakur had 60,000 disciples. Srila Prabhupada heard only one time, maybe. After that, couple of times later. But initially, before initiation, he heard from him only one time in that Vrindavan Parikrama. But what is Srila Prabhupada's? Why he became Srila Prabhupada? Even today, some people don't, from Gaudiya don't like him claiming that. Prabhupada said, I never claimed it. My disciples, my followers use that name. So, Srila Prabhupada had that desire to change. Whatever he listened, he wanted to apply. That's why he became Srila Prabhupada. The intent to change. Or when I cannot change, the desire to become humble. I cannot change. It is not easy to change. Marich had the association of Ravana. Ravana threatened, if you don't help me, I'll kill you. Now Ram shot an arrow. Now if Marich tells, if he sides with Ram, he'll go back to Godhead. If he sides with Ravana, infamous. He'll become infamous for the rest of the eternity. People, Acharyas give, Vaishnavas, Sri Vaishnavacharyas give so many commentaries into so many ways. Whatever I'm telling, they didn't agree. But I felt when I read it, because of his continuous association with Ravana. Some people, they say, you killed me, so I want you to be killed. That's why he, this will happen only if you see the Ravana abduct Sita. That's why he sided with Ram, they say. So many commentaries. And some other says, no, he got the shot. That's why he wanted to tell, Sitapati, Lakshmana Agraja. That's why he wanted to remember Ram at the time of death, but he could not. That is another way. But my point, even if you want to do good sometimes, even if you want to come to Mangalarati, even if you want to be humble, even if you want to be very, Mridubhashanam, soft speaking, if the association with the worst enemy mind we have taken for a long time, what to speak of the external association of the material world, you can't do what you really want to do. How many of you agree? Conditioning. That's why Shanair Uparatam, the 6th verse, 6th canto, 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, the progress is slow. Some of you are chanting 15 years. Nothing is happening. Same impurities are haunting. Same lust, same envy, same greed. Does this process work or not? Anyone felt like that? At least let us be honest. It means you all should know, earlier we were like this. We were doing what our mind is telling. Now we are like this. Rascal number one. We know we are not the mind. We know we are not the body theoretically. We know we are not intelligence. We know we are a spirit soul. For majority of, actually some of us or all of us, Krishna is a reality. Spiritual world is a reality. Our presence in this world is temporary, is a reality. That is the biggest progress. A PhD outside cannot even believe it. How many of you agree? So you already swam across, you're in the midway. Madhyamadhikari say Mahabhagyavan. Why Madhyamadhikari say Mahabhagyavan? Prema Maitri Krupa Paksha. My goal of life is Krishna Prema Maitri. You make friendship with the devotees only, merciful to the innocent and ignore the envious. So what we have to do? I'll take only 10 minutes. Shravanam. I told 2 types of Shravanam. But now come back to the devotee Shravanam. One type of Shravanam is you're reading Bhagavatam. You come to a place where Krishna killed Putana, 3rd canto Bhagavatam. So, and Putana has a story in the past life. Prabhupada writes. What is that story? But in your reading, you'll continue. And you're not so much focused on what is the story of Putana that had triggered her to come to kill Krishna. We don't know. This is one type of hearing. There's a name actually, I forgot. Incidental hearing. But there is another type of reading, the next reading. And so what is that? You will read Krishna killed Putana, and Putana is a story. What is that story? I won't read that story. Most of the time it is not a problem, but sometimes there is a problem. You need to have a qualification. Actually, Bhagavatam would have ended probably in few hours if Parikshit had not asked the questions. But Parikshit, every time he would ask questions. Why if Krishna killed on the Pauganda Lila in the 6th year, but the Gopas said Krishna killed is in a Bali Lila. When he said Maharaj Parikshit became extra, Sukadeva Goswami became extra, he went into Samadhi actually. And that's how the Brahma Mohan Lila came into existence. So when you understand what is this, immediately you'll go and read Brahma Mohan Lila. If you read anywhere in some 2nd canto, 3rd canto. Or 3rd canto also Ramayana is there, you'll go and read Ramayana and canto, or open Ramayana book also. But somewhere, Raslila, you'll go and read Raslila. If you don't have qualification, you'll have a problem. That's the thing. So we need to have qualification. The 3rd type of reading is you will read with an intent to meditate. You will read with an intent to meditate. So what is that? The Krishna's lotus feet. And it has a gourd. It has a, what is that? Radharani's feet and Krishna's feet, all these marks, this fish. So all these marks, when you read it, you'll remember them. Actually, in Vrindavan, in proper times, 70s and 80s, they would say, hey, what is the dress of Radha Chandra? Oh yeah, Radha Chandra dress. And you would meditate. What is the dress of Gopinjan? Wow, you will meditate. When you meditate on Krishna's lotus feet, what's happening? By hearing this, and that is it today, Ekadasi, they gave the dress, you remember? Athara Mataji made, oh really? Call his son. Your mother made it. Actually, he would come sometimes. My mother made it. The dress of Krishna is, you will not meditate on your mother. You will meditate on the dress and Radha Gauranga Chandra. So when you read a specific reading with an intent to meditate, you can, anything you read, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, perfect. Kasturi tilakam lalata patale vakshastale kaustubam. So Krishna is a Kasturi tilakam. Lalata, forehead. Nasagre navamuktikam. This is small ornament at the nose. Karatale venum is a fruit. Kare kankanam is a bangle. Sarvange harichandanam sulalitam. Entire body is smeared with the chandan. Kante chamuktavali. So is another ornament choker. Gopastri pariveshtito vijayate gopala chudamani. 37th verse Gopala Sahasranam. Or actually Prabhupada said these pictures as windows of the spiritual world. Varahapida, Natarupa Karnayo Karnikaram. Baraha means peacock feather. You can remember the past time how Krishna got peacock feather, or you can remember how Krishna's, Vibhratvasa Kanakapisam Vaijantichimalam Randhan Main Radra Sudayoga Purunde Randaranyo Sabadranam Pravishit Gita Krute. So when Krishna is actually putting cows in the front, Krishna is walking, with the flute in the hand and offering side glances, sidelong glances. Two gopis, he was wearing a yellow pitambar, bluish black monsoon cloud. It all constitutes a meditation. And Nam Dhyan is perfect, Rupa Dhyan is perfect, Leela Dhyan is, Guna Dhyan is perfect, Leela Dhyan is perfect. The last one is very advanced. Ashtakali Leela, people only are qualified, should only do that. If not, instead of purifying, it will purify you. The eightfold Krishna's pastimes. One person went to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj and said, can you please instruct me how I do that? You come tomorrow. You come tomorrow after 1 year. He said, come tomorrow only. Actually, he became envious and so he felt Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj is actually not revealing. He became inimical actually. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj said, this is not revealed by anybody. It has to be revealed by Krishna only. You need to have a qualification. Anyway, these 4 things, and that is Shravanam. When you hear about them, that should take you to Kirtanam. And today, after such a tough purport, I need to read, Enechi Asadi Maya, Enechi Aushadi Maya, Nasivaro Lag, Hirna Mahamantra, Lautumi Magi, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hey, you can't find anybody better. I know what is that, what is that, तुम्हारा लोइते ami hoinu avatara ami bina bandhuara ki ache tomara. You can't find any better relative than me. You can't find any better well-wisher than me. Why? Enichi aushadi. I brought a medicine to make you become free from Maya. Harina Mahamantra Lauti Maga. Please take this holy name. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And why I'm telling this is, I hope it is there. I don't know. 6th chapter. Just give me 1 minute. I want to read it for you actually. Because the verse is so scary. I opened actually. I didn't know what happened. Suddenly. 6th chapter. Wow, you'll be so happy to, you'll be so happy to read this. Hear this. 29 and 31 verse. Actually, no. Okay, please hear this. In the Prabhupada writes, I want to hear. Yes. Although Yamaraj said, although Ajamil was calling for his son, he chanted the holy name of the Lord Narayan. And simply by the glimpse of the chanting of the holy name, he immediately achieved the association of Lord Vishnu's order carriers, who saved him from your attempt to arrest him. He is telling Yamadutas. This is quite all right. It is a fact, please everyone hear. It's a fact that even a chronically sinful person who chants the holy name of the Lord, although not completely without offenses, does not take another material birth. How many of you say 3 times loud are you? Chronically sinful person who chants the holy name of the Lord, although not completely without offenses, does not take another material birth. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Amazing, right? How many of you can say amazing? Now the 29th verse, and Yamaraj is speaking. My dear servants, please do not approach such devotees. Where you see tilak, don't approach them. Can you believe? I have a program. Can you wear tilak and come? They don't want me to be happy. They'll never wear tilak. Hey, that's not my problem. As though you're going to give $1 million. And wear tilak. Not only you get benefited, whoever will see you. Prabhupada Goswami mentions in Nectar of Devotion, they'll get benefited. If I wear tilak, others will be benefited. So I will not wear. Yes, sir. They are equal to everyone. And their narrations are sung by demigods and the inhabitants of Siddhaloka. Do not even go near them. They are always protected by the club of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore, Lord Brahma and I, and even the time factor, are not competent to chastise them. Amazing, right? My dear servants, now he is telling, please bring to me only those sinful persons who do not use their tongues to chant the holy name and qualities of Krishna, whose hearts do not remember the lotus feet of Krishna even once. So let us chant the holy name so the Yamaraj will not. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Actually, one lecture I heard, if you are sincere, pause, genuinely sincere, you will never get to see Yamaraj. If you are genuinely sincere, you will never get to see Yamaraj. And those hearts who do not remember the lotus feet of Krishna even once. Everyone look at the feet of Radha Gopijanal and meditate. And whose heads do not bow down even once before Krishna. Send me those who do not perform their duties towards Vishnu, which are the only duties in human life. Please bring me all such fools and rascals. And the last one. My dear king, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is able to uproot even the reactions of the greatest sins. Therefore, chanting of the Sankirtan movement is the most auspicious activity in the entire universe. Please try to understand this so that others will take it seriously. Million times louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. One who constantly chants, constantly hears and chants the holy name of the Lord, and hears and chants his activities, can very easily attain the platform of pure devotional service, which can cleanse the dirt from one's heart. One cannot achieve such purification merely by observing vows and performing Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. What is the topmost welfare activity? Shrunotam, Gratam, Viryani, Uddhamani Harirmuhu, Yata Sujataya Bhaktya Sudhyen Natma Vratadivihi. So Sukadeva Goswami is telling, by constantly Yata Nirvidhyamana Michita Mukudobhayam Yoginam Rupniryatam Harer Navanu Kirtanam. So late Prabhuji's and Mataji's, please take it seriously. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Gunavatar has come to give this. Don't offend anybody. We want to, not only we should have a goal, not only, we also want to save others. Not only we should be protected, protect ourselves from Yamadutas, but we should also protect others. When somebody is leaving the body, you just go and chant the holy name. Hey, how many stories you want? That many stories I have. 6, 7, 8, 10. That many stories I have. And that is whatever happens, I don't know. But I know people complain, yeah, they are coming, Who are coming? Not relatives or friends or a devotee with tilak. Yamadutas are coming. You know, one devotee used to work with Beth Israel, this hospital in Manhattan, the heaven and earth. Every person has the same complaint. Hey, these people are coming. Where are you staying? You know, New York. It doesn't work like that. So my request to you all, so don't think things are not happening. By sitting in the temple room, you're chanting, it'll go, this vibration will go 7 times all over the world. And it'll definitely help those people in need. And what to speak of you yourself getting benefit out of it. That's what I want to speak. Please forgive me if I've spoken anything wrong. Any question or comment? Otherwise we'll end it. Anyone wants to add anything? Huh?
Thank you for giving a book.
Correct. Bro. Louder, I can't hear. Oh, Krishna got peacock feather. One day, Krishna, I forgot, Kokila one, which one I forgot. Krishna went, started dancing. He started dancing, and the peacocks came. And they were so, Krishna started dancing, imitating peacocks. Krishna was dancing so nicely as peacocks. His dancing was much better than peacocks. Then all the peacocks came and they started dancing. Krishna started dancing. Seeing Krishna became ecstatic, the flute became ecstatic. Flute started playing on its own. Flute started playing on its own. Krishna said, oh, this is amazing. And Krishna kept on dancing. Krishna danced. And Krishna was dancing. The peacocks started dancing. And peacocks were dancing. Krishna was dancing. And seeing Krishna becoming ecstatic, flute started playing on the flute on its own. This went on for a very long time. And Krishna was not stopping. Finally, Balramji came and embraced him, stopped him. And the leader of peacocks came and said, my Lord, we are very insignificant entities. You are Supreme Personal Supreme Lord, but still you came. And you danced with us. What can we do? We can have only one thing, a tiny peacock feather. Take it. Krishna, anything you give with love and devotion, you'll accept, right? So you put it in his. So that is the story. Any other question or comment?
Connecting with this, I was always thinking now, that in any temple, there's so many ornaments, so many things. The peacock feather is always at the highest position, and it's
that is Krishna. Only Krishna has peacock feather. And Vishnu Tattva also, of course, they put it.
Not saying any reason for that. That Krishna puts it on the top of his head is the most decorative ornament.
That is the right position.
That
is the right position. Yeah. I mean, flute occupies different parts of Krishna's body, but the peacock feather occupies only the head. It fits nicely. I don't know. Yeah, you want to add anything? No. Yes.
This is the first thing. Please understand that we are dealing with on a daily basis. This is a challenge that I'm going through. I made a little step towards overcoming it, and then something happens and I'm gone back, 10 steps back. I think my work on it, then overcome, at least that one step, and it's pulling me back 10 steps. What's that much? It's back from there. In between, people are judging you, right? You are like, or say you, how do you overcome this?
Yeah. And I joined full time without even altering one line what you said. I used to think same thing. Before I celebrate my victory over my mind would defeat me 9 times. Before I celebrate my victory one time, my mind would defeat me 9 times. Actually, I was so frustrated. But I thought, actually, Varsanamara said, regularly talk to him actually. He said, don't worry about the momentary fall downs. Don't worry. Continue going forward. If you live in a, in the association of devotees who are very mature, Real maturity means not really judging, Even if we judge in the mind, we should not act on it. That will save us. Otherwise, if you judge, you will be judged. So if you stay in that Vaishnava association, usually nobody will judge. Even if they judge in the mind, they will not come and tell you. So in our case, then we pursue this. Or as I said, I told in the class, in the middle, Shanair Upuratam Tam. Similar, I'll tell you in mental example. Mental problems should not come. If they come, they don't go. I asked one doctor, she helped me in the book. Kavita, tell me honestly, what is your success rate? She said less than 10%. Less than 10% their success rate giving all the medicines, curing. What they do, they give medicines and put the people to sleep. It's like alcohol, your brain is troubling you like anything, you drink alcohol, you forget. Yes, next day morning it will become big. You drink alcohol again. So likewise, mental problem should not come. If it comes, it's very difficult to recover. So applying the same thing to us, our progress is very slow. But every inch you progress, you don't need to come back. You should know that. It's here, there. From here you have gone here, it's eternal. Every mantra you hear, the progress you make is eternal. Every service you render, the progress you make is eternal. The offense you commit, the reaction you get, that is not eternal. You go through suffering, but it's only temporary. Oh, Krishna gives so many facilities to Bhakti Yogi actually. Chatusloki Bhagavad Gita, that 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th verses, Krishna offers the last 2 verses only for Bhakti Yogis actually. Satadhyuktanam bhajatam pritipurokam dadami bhakti yogantam enamapyandite tesham evanagampardhamah jnanajamtam nashayami atmavastu jnanadipen vasvata. So don't worry about the negativities or impurities in our heart. That's why I read it today. Even if you are sinful, chronically, if you have chanted the holy name, you don't need to take birth. Hey, even if I don't read any verses, I should read this line, I thought. I read it today. What is Yamaraj telling? Even if they are chronically sinful, just because they have chanted the holy name, they don't need to take birth again. Have faith on Srila Prabhupada, spiritual master, hold on to their foot, continue the process, see what happens. One day Mahatma Prabhu had a dream. In the dream, he was actually in the dream, he saw a spiritual world. And then suddenly one person came. This person, you're also here. I never thought you'll come here. You're also here. I never thought you'll come here. Oh, you're also here. You're such an offender. You're also here. And suddenly somebody said, whatever you're thinking, they're also thinking the same thing for you. And you came here. These are the same cloth in the from the same one bale bolte na, so all these cloths are from the same, So we are all in the same group only. One is one, somebody came a little bit early, what is early and 5 years, 10 years in this history of eternity? So don't worry about, actually Varsana Maharaj told me, if you are depressed for something that has happened, or even fall down, or even, that verse, apichet sudurachara. It's not ordinary durachara. What durachara? Sudurachara. Su means abominable durachara. But of course, one time Gopal was giving his class and he said, don't exploit this verse, he said. Apichet sudurachara bhajite mamananya bhaka. So you don't need to go through any prayaschitta. Stay in the process, continue to bhakti. Krishna will purify you. But purification to aayega, no doubt. But Krishna will protect your bead bag. The worst thing is losing bead bags. That is the worst thing. Means you have done that type of offense. Jiva Goswami says, if you do 1,000 to 1,000, Gauram Prabhu said this, 1,000 to 10,000 offenses, your chanting becomes inattentive. Means every day you are doing 1,000 to 10,000 offenses. But you do about 1,000 to 10,000 to 1 lakh, your bead bag is taken. So, but rather than meditating how many offenses I'm doing, focus on positives. Eventually, you will reach the shore without even your knowledge. Yes.
We mentioned about Shravana and Kirtan. How to make the Shravana and Kirtan as an offering to the Lord. It's a practice, but when you move from that practice to making it an offering.
2-3 times I heard and I try, and I was not, earlier I used to try to just control, focus. Somebody said, here only, is as a service. My Lord, actually, I'll take 1 minute only. If you go to Pavan Sarovar, you see 2 samadhis. One Bhakti Hriday Bhan Maharaj, next to that is Akinchan Krishnadas Babu Maharaj. Akinchan Krishnadas Maharaj would chant all the time. All the time means all the time. People went and complained to Saraswati Thakur. Saraswati Thakur immediately gave an advertisement to convey the message to these residents. Anybody wants to join, we'll take care of your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We'll take care of all your needs for the rest of the life. All you have to do, come and chant the holy name. That's it. We'll not ask you to do service. It is a shock to the followers who complain to Saraswati Thakur against Akinchan Krishnadas Babu Maharaj. He doesn't do anything, but he just chants. Saraswati Thakur said, we do everything so that we can chant nicely. Without doing that, he's already chanting. One time, Bhakti Swami came to Nirandan and said, he asked a question. Self-realized person doesn't have anything to do in this world. There is one line in third chapter, second chapter Bhagavad Gita. And he asked him, why? Why self-realized person has nothing to do, doesn't have anything to do in this world? You should go and read that. It is there. Everyone opened the mouth. Maharaj said, because he is already serving Krishna. He is already serving Krishna. He doesn't have any activity in the material world. It happened actually how many years? 15 years, I still remember that line. So, wow. So, we are all doing all these services so that we can chant nicely. But he has attained that state, that's why he's chanting. He continued. One day he fainted. And when he fainted, Krishna and Balaram came and revealed his form. Akinchan Krishnadas Babu Maharaj did only one thing in his life, Kirtanam. Nothing else. Since then, he realized I'm in Sakyaras with Krishna, and he would sing those songs relating to Sakyaras. So my point to you, your question, no, I forgot your question. Yeah, so that's how to make an offering. So if you, I'll tell one more line before I asked one PhD student, hey, every day you come at 12 o'clock in the midnight and you chant your 16 notes. He said, what can I do? I don't have any time. I cannot do any service. My service to my Guru is, my PhD is only my offering to my Guru, he said. Today is in very big position, But I saw him again and he never skipped his rounds. 12 o'clock he would come from work from university, 12 to 2, he never missed his rounds. The moral of the story is, you do this chanting, my Lord, engage me in your service. Engage me in your service. You should understand the meaning of the mantra. Engage me in your service. When you add that service aspect in that while chanting, whenever you remember, you may not remember. Whenever you remember, you add this. If your simple chanting is Vix, chanting with praying for service in that humble mode is a Vix action 500. Vix plus cold and headache also. So likewise. So this plus another one. Okay. So you add that engagement. Whenever you remember engaging in your service, then what happens? It becomes a pure bhakti. Otherwise, it will become it's a meditation mixed bhakti. If you fully attend, that's also pure devotion. But this is increasing in levels. Any other thing? Yes.
If we look at the time scale, let's say like 12 hours of Lord Brahma one day, for us it would be like 4.32 billion years. So and it keeps narrowing as we go to the hellish planets that we are describing here. So maybe our one day is like, let's say 100 years in the Patal Loka. So maybe do you think we can say a few words about like how the process of like when the soul leaves the body, then if the soul is now, then it's going to the Patala Loka. So by the time it spends 100 years there, so like after a day, it comes back to, let's say, the next body in the earth. So like maybe you can say like, what is the progression of the soul from a body from the earth to the Patala Loka, like back to another body in earth?
One day, one person asked me this question. I stood at one step. He stood on the lower step, and we were climbing the stairs. I spoke for 2 hours. I gave only one permutation combination. Then I said, there are a million permutation combinations like this. I touched only one, and I think we should go to the program. So he didn't shift from his step. I didn't shift from my step. So thing is, rather than being very specific with the time frame, yes, definitely as you go down, actually these IIT students, they did research. And they, whirlpool, if you put a ball in the whirlpool, it's slow. That is how they proved the higher planet is, time is there, but as it goes down, it goes very fast. When the ball reaches there, it goes very fast. So that's how they concluded the time, different time frameworks as you go down, whatever you said. I'm just telling that. But now coming back, it's true. For Brahma's, for us, for our 1 year is 1 day. That's why this Shraddha ceremony and all they offer to the ancestors, so that food will serve as our 1 year is for them 1 day. So as you go down, no doubt, it's further and further. But Prabhuji, first of all, there are so many permutations. Not that a specific thing. You have done sins also, you have done pious activities also. And that also 50% sins, 50% sinful activities. 51% sins, 49% sin. So the permutation combination Bhagavad Gita, which chapter, there attaining supreme something it touches a little bit. Kshina Punya Martilokam Vishanti, that is another thing. Also, when we go to heavenly planets, we enjoy what is that? Atma Tattva Prabhu says, you come down. I don't know where he found it, but he said, you're eaten alive. Then the soul will come into the clouds, it will rain, it will come to the mother womb. He said, same thing happens in the hellish regions also. You suffer, but the problem with hellish regions, anything you go through this, because soul, right, very powerful. Even if a sinful person, because you are given this yatan sarira, after some time you'll get used to it. Then one day you'll get the promotion as Yamaduta. And you're so happy. Because I don't need to go through this. And now, whatever I went through, I'll expose you to that. So, this permutation and combination, it all depends on what your desires are. Because once it's all ignorance, right? Tamoguna. You don't even know this. A cockroach doesn't know these things. So what is your state of consciousness? Prabhu, if you remember one holy name, you will be out next minute. Yamraj, when Krishna blew that conch with Balramji, wow, everyone was relieved. And we understand it's Mahabharata, in which version of Bogas, Madhvacharya says, my Guru Maharaj Mahabharata was even misused by Mayavadis, everyone. So, but when we have, what is it, Yudhishthir went, according to one version, that's true or not, I don't know. When Yudhishthir was there, all, wow. Forget about that. Haridas Thakur went, to the prison. When he saw all the people, Haridas Thakur, they were all devotees. So, it boils down to what your desires are. One time I asked Varsana Maharaj, actually Chandrasekhar Maharaj, Maharaj, punishment should not be retributive. Punishment should be, what is that word, technical word? Reformative. In hellish regions, it is not reformative. It's only retributive, Maharaj. Maharaj, why it's like that, I asked. He gave some answer, I don't remember that. Yugal, of course, you will not accept it. The package you receive, your name is there, Maharaj. That's the line he said. The package you received, your name is there, he said. Means everything is perfect. So anyway, the thing is, it all depends on your desires. You see, so little bit, anything, little bit you think of bhakti thing and pious, all those things, then you'll be extricated out of it. Otherwise, I want a next promotion. That's what people look for, right? I want next promotion as Yamadutta, then you'll stay for some more time. That's what I get. Much more permutations, combinations. So it's not easy. But simple thing, after your term is over, but again you're given opportunity to come, to the authorization. Radhavan Maharaj says, a person who keeps on criticizing devotees, who is yelling at others, he said, you should know that person has come from hellish regions. One lecture I heard. He said that. That's what. So it's,
You said, I forgot the context, but you said internally it's ego and externally it's mind. So, can you just elaborate?
actually, what I said, we always complain when we're unable to focus on with the mind. Our problem, we think it's mind. But Burjan Prabhu says it's all ego. That's how I started the class. The real culprit is actually not mind. Mind is only at the help desk, the welcome desk. The person who kept the mind there is ego, actually. So the only medicine for a false ego is pranayama. That's why real progress is how much humbly have we come. So what is false ego? All our upadhis we apply to our ego. I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I, this. So whenever there's when you and you're the doer, you're enjoyer, you're the controller of all the activities. And when then false ego puts, the CEO of false ego puts the mind at the welcome desk and deal with people. And who is the front face? Mind. But who is actually making the mind behave like that? It is false ego.
The ego is feeding the mind.
Yes. Chanting, hey, what chanting? You are such a great soul. Movie, oh yeah. That person, this oh yeah. Japan. So mind is paid by false ego. Mind says, mind is even big. It is said when due to false ego, the pure soul identifies with the temporary body, mind which is actually in mode of goodness shifts to Rajogun. Means mind is very good actually. But who has spoiled the mind? Me only. Or when mind gets into Rajogun, it's like, you take your children, our spouse, father drinks alcohol and a small sip to the children. By the time boy becomes 16, he'll become a heavy alcoholic. Who spoiled? You only. So to bring that Rajogun mind into Sattvagun, it's not easy. Actually, Lord Chaitanya, first is thesis. First is thesis, antithesis, synthesis. First verse, all the glories. It'll cleanse your heart, it'll save you from the three modes of the metal existence. Shayakaro, Chandrakavatan, everything. Second verse, still I cannot chant the Bulini. Whatever is great, first one, opposite second one. But Lord Chaitanya said, don't be depressed. I'm giving you Harinam Mahamantra Lavutavimagi. What is Aushadhi? What is that Aushadhi? Dharma. And I cannot apply, you can all apply, you'll go for it. Great souls. Kishore, Prabhu. What is that? Shamanaksh. Devi Charitam. Kadamagan. I have to tell everyone name here. All the Matajis. Jayananda Gauraham. Krishna Kumar. Rabka Mishki. And more than anything, Adit Prabhu. Kishore Krishna Prabhu. Nathalini Maya Prabhu. So you're very illustrious, wonderful, but I cannot apply. I tried many times and failed. Same thing. I cannot apply that. I can try. So, but when we do, but that's why don't criticize anybody. Take prasad. These are all technical details. Continue doing what you're doing. One day without your knowledge, you will be there. I heard from one sannyasi, great sannyasi. He said that. If you don't waste it, one more minute, I'll take it. One person said, Maharaj, every year we come here, you talk about Haridas Thakur, you talk about Kolave Sridhar, you talk about Suklamar Brahmachari. Rather than being happy, we are miserable. Because after 10 years also, I am in the same place where I was 10 years before. Then the answer is, continue, Prabhu. One day without your knowledge, zip, you'll be elevated. You don't even realize that. Just continue doing it. One day you'll attain that position. I think all the sannyasis, I'm sure they were in that type of position before. But eventually, over a period of time, everyone has finished 50 years. Some people have reached impeccable heights. It did not happen overnight. But of course, there Srila Prabhupada said, Shamijor gave Mahendra Prabhu's book. I said, oh, Mahendra Prabhu, anybody, So, but again, one day one Prabhupada disciple told me, Prabhupada has more mercy on grand disciples than his disciples, he said. Thank you very much. We'll end it late. Ananda Vaishnav ki Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.